This would be a hazard. It looks like you slip off of everything. Okay, I'm gonna roast them a little bit here for a second. This is so cool. How do you do that? I don't know how this is done, but I love this. I have a house tour that I wanted to watch. Inside a Frank Lloyd Wright inspired mansion on the Hudson River. This thing's crazy. I have no idea what to expect. Okay, so I need to preface this by stating I am kind of critical about exuberantly large homes. That is a bias that I have, but that being said, we have watched some really tastefully designed large homes on this stream. I've slowly been swinging my pendulum the other way. As long as the home is designed with intention behind it rather than just like throwing a bunch of high-end things around, then it's fine. Yeah, they can be too much for sure, but I love the modern styling of them. Yeah, so that's kind of what drew me in, and like Frank Lloyd Wright is a very prominent figurehead in architectural history. So I was curious about how that translates into, if you're not too familiar, and see, I'm probably gonna butcher this as well because my architectural education was a very long time ago. He was a designer into the early 60s, late 50s, and designed more than 1,000 structures over the creative period of 70 years, played a key role in architectural movements of the 20th century, influencing architects worldwide through his works. Wright believed in designing in harmony with humanity and the environment, a philosophy that he called organic architecture. So he kind of spearheaded this style of housing or architecture, and it's a lot of like horizontal profiling you'll see like in a lot of his home design, and so that's where you'll see this emulated in this house tour here as well. I mean, this is a much taller, much larger house than what he usually designed. I'm curious about if they'll talk about it.
Welcome to 46 Ledge Rock Lane in Hyde Park, New York. It has almost 20,000 square feet on the interior for a family that does live in New York City. This is just 2 hours north by car, or of course 20 minutes by helicopter, or perhaps land your seaplane right there on the Hudson River, which is quite unique.
This is what I mean by exuberant architecture. 20 minutes by helicopter is not a normal sentence that the average homeowner cares about.
The home actually is one of only a handful of homes that is built directly on the Hudson River. You can never, ever again build a home on the Hudson River in this way, because you must now be 100 feet or more away from the edge of the water.
Okay, I'm gonna see, did they say what year this was constructed then? Because that's crazy. It does not say, okay, it's on a 10-acre parcel.
The roof of the entire home is a single membrane, and when this home was built, the only person that could do that was Frank Gehry. So Frank was hired to actually create that single membrane rooftop.
That's really good from an envelope perspective. So we like that. This is kind of crazy though. I don't know how I feel because I like organic modern as an interior concept. I think it can be done really beautifully. This is a much colder application of it. While I like the black mullions, I think it's beautiful. I definitely think this house feels a little bit colder, a little bit less lived in, but generally these exuberantly large homes are more for entertaining. They're very showy. I'm gonna make a prediction too that their kitchen is gonna be very minimal and not really look like a kitchen, but we'll see.
I do want to note that this stone is completely heated. Everywhere where you see stone that's on the floor, whether it be on the inside, whether it be on the...
This floor would be so hard to walk on in high heels though. This would be a hazard. Oh, this is nicer. Okay, this is warmer.
Here in the heart of the home, you have the...
Look at this glass fixture pendant. Feature pendant. This is insane. This would be so expensive. They have a lot of like Buddhist art or like East Asian inspired art. So that's really interesting to me. I really, really like how much warmer this room feels though. I think I prefer it to the living room. Actually, oh my God, I like this kitchen. I like this kitchen. I didn't think my prediction was wrong. This looks like a kitchen.
It's right off of the kitchen. Now, of course, the kitchen has the show kitchen, the prep kitchen, and the butler's pantry.
The color palette in this kitchen is just so nice. I think the reason why I like this a little bit more is I feel like the kitchen and dining room is moving more into almost like a mid-century style palette. I feel like I'm seeing more of the Frank Lloyd Wright influence in these spaces than in the living room, which just felt really big. And I'm gonna assume these must be sunshades. So in the summertime, they help shade the interior of the home when the sun is higher. And then in the winter, when it's cooler and the sun goes lower, then the sun will shine underneath the sunshade. And it's just kind of a passive strategy to heat and cool your home. Ooh, Ooh, I like this room too.
Lots of books on art and
Wow.
architecture.
It's giving dark
some of them that
academia.
are earmarked because those are the pages that were the inspiration that ultimately became this home.
Everything is so glossy though. All of their wood finishes, all of their floor finishes, it's so glossy. It looks like you slip off of everything, but the color palette in this room is insane. I love that desk. Yes, the desk is stunning. Like between the kitchen and this room, I really, really like what they're going for. The exterior is actually really interesting to me with like opting for the white because that just feels a lot more modern than what we're seeing even in this application. Wow.
Well, this is the primary suite, and what a splendid primary suite that it is.
Okay, I'm gonna roast them a little bit here for a second. This carpet is giving hotel suite. I wonder how much art of this was pre-owned that they designed around, because like this is a very intentional art cove.
You have really beautiful high ceilings in this room. You have a stunning sitting area where you can sit by the fire. You have a very generously sized primary bathroom.
This is very beautiful, but I'm also gonna go back. This style of wall paneling with the vertical and the horizontal reveals, I design a lot of offices with this style of walls. To me, this feels very corporate. Maybe it's the grain of the wood. It's giving waiting room. Yes, it's giving waiting room. And between the resort carpet, and I know that they were going for organic finishes because they're drawing inspiration from Frank Lloyd Wright. But to me, this style of wood feels very engineered and so therefore not as organic as some of the other veneer wall finishes that I've seen in my time. So that's kind of also why I was wondering what year they constructed this house, because wood grain hues and tones very much come in and out of style, especially some of the more prefab ones. I hope they do a close-up.
I think the most special attribute is the 8-foot round carved bathtub that's done out of golden travertine. It actually weighs 3,000 pounds.
How long does it take to fill that tub? Do you have, I mean, they're rich. This house is huge. They obviously have enough water heaters. This is incredible though. This is beautiful. I absolutely, I love this. I think this is my favorite part of the house so far. Okay, see, even like this horizontal wood with the metal, I don't know if this is metal or if this is marble. But it's, I don't know, it's giving commercial to me.
Also a steam shower, a massive shower in there, double sinks, and plenty of room to get ready in the morning.
So large. I love this room. I love the texture of the wall on the back. The color hues are so nice in this room. I like that they've just leaned into the natural stone textures and the moody lighting. Maybe I'm a little biased because we've been talking about how moody interior design is really trendy right now. So that's kind of what this is giving. But I think it also just feels a little bit more organic in the textures of the floor and the wall. This doesn't feel as polished as the upstairs does with its really glossy stone floors. This feels just a little bit more like this one's at least like cozy and inviting. Whoa, does this light up? This is sick. This is so cool. How do you do that? I don't know how this is done, but I love this. And the dogs on the wall. If you have a billiards room or a card room as a rich person, is it mandatory to put the dogs on the wall? And the wood paneling, oh yeah, I love this room a lot. As I said,
there are 5 woods throughout. Then you have that gorgeous stone, which is backlit at the bar there.
What? It is lit. Okay,
favorite thing about this room, once again, is the perspective. You're now here at the water's edge and you're taking on the water from a different perspective than when we're on the upper floor. I love natural stone. It's just so expensive as a finish. Like we looked at on our bathroom upstairs for a remodel, doing like a natural stone floor just to try and make it more of an organic modern style. And it's pricey. But oh, they have a hot tub pool room. Indoor outdoor pool. So I've sold a lot of homes in my career. However, very few of them have had a private indoor pool and hot tub.
That's crazy.
Remember, this is a weekend home for the family that lives in New York City. So you have to kind of appreciate the fact that this is really all about resort living for them. It's about finding a place to come, relax and unwind and share with their friends and family.
Okay, I stayed at a home. We rented a big house for a family gathering, and it was this like really big wooden home in the mountains. It was beautiful. They had an indoor pool though, and the whole interior of the indoor pool was wood, and it was crazy. This house was built probably in the 80s or 90s, and the wood was deteriorating so bad because the homeowners hadn't done anything to upgrade or restore it. The pool rooms get so freaking humid. The one door frame was so warped because of how water damaged it was that you couldn't even open the door anymore. I imagine they have more than enough money to do this properly though, and this looks like it's fine. But yeah, it is giving public pool. Like, a lot of this house, just with how large it is in nature, is giving more of like commercial resort. There is ways that you can do really large homes that still feel inviting. This one, again, just has a lot of finish selection choices that feel very commercial to me. I've seen a lot of this type of stuff emulated in my office work that I've done. So
behind that there you have this really beautiful outdoor kitchen complete with smoker and grill and refrigeration and so on.
Actually insane. They probably have so many people here all the time, bring people here all the time. To be honest, I bet you we could look it up. This house might even be available on Airbnb when they're not there. Could you imagine? This is so pretty.
Decorated with special furniture that was custom made to take in those majestic views.
Why is the fireplace here in the middle blurred? Why would they do that? But see, like, even kind of here from this angle, I wonder if it was raining when they filmed this. Everything just looks so glossy.
Views of the Hudson River itself.
So glossy. Okay. Final take on this. They have some really beautiful spaces. My favorite was the office and the billiards room. I loved those two palettes. The kitchen, actually, see, they didn't really focus on that at all, but I really liked the kitchen, and I wish they didn't gloss over it as quick as they did, because this stone is so beautiful. It does look like a really functional kitchen, which I'm really happy to see, because sometimes these big homes will just like have a kitchen beside a half kitchen. Well, and they even kind of said that there was some kind of butler bar or something on the other side around the corner, but like they had a budget and hired a designer to do mostly nice interior design decisions. But again, I think just because it is 20,000 square feet, you reach a point when you get in size where it just feels extra. And so this kind of feels extra. My favorite large homes that we've reacted to are large but not exuberant, and every room is intentional in the design or intended use of that space. This house is kind of funny though, because it has a lot of incredibly beautiful design choices, but then there's a lot of aspects of it that are just large for the sake of being large. Like the foyer is freaking ridiculous. And I understand, I guess you need to fill space, so at a certain point that's just how it goes. The living room too, it's I don't know, a lot of large stuff for the sake of it. Okay, let's look at some of Frank Lloyd Wright's homes that we see examples of, because a lot of times in his work, and you can kind of see it here in these ones, I guess some of these have really tall ceilings as well, but they just don't, they seem to have a more natural relationship with the site that they're on. I don't want to say they go as far as to blend in, but they complement the natural topography a little bit more. This one is not complementing the topography. It stands out. It's very exuberant.